In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use 3D tracking to help assist your masking in After Effects. I use this all the time. And of course, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. So I'm going to start with a quick fundamental of how this process works. You can use things as an alpha matte. For example, if I grab the rectangle tool and I grab this big shape right here, and I select my original clip, and right here, you'll see this one column called track matte. And if I grab the pick whip of my original layer and I drag it onto my shape layer, now my original clip is only going to show up where that shape layer is. So I can move this around and it's going to reveal my clip underneath of it. This is how you get that like cutout look where you see a video or something inside text. And so I'm going to teach you how to use these track mattes with 3D tracked solids, okay? If that makes sense. So the example footage we're actually going to work with today is this clip I shot for a resort in the Maldives, where it goes to this clip of me and my friend Artez jumping on the bed. But what I want to do is get rid of everything behind this little door frame. And this is a super easy trick, and let me show you how I do it. So if I click on the original footage and I hit track camera, and now you just wait. And once it's done tracking, you'll get all these incredible little track points. And we're gonna find one that's flush against this door frame. This target right here looks like it's pretty flat up against the wall. So what I'm gonna do is right click and create solid and camera. And if I lower the opacity of this track solid, I am going to move it down and kind of roughly make it the same size as the door frame that I want to mask out. And then if we play that back, if it sticks there the whole time, then you know you're gonna have a really good track mask. And so what we're gonna do is turn the opacity back up, and we're actually going to make this solid way bigger than the door frame. And we can make the solid invisible, and if we come up to the pen tool, we're just going to create a mask where we want the door frame to be cut out. And so now if we make our track solid visible again, it's tracked to the door like this. And now what we're gonna do is if we grab our original footage and grab the track matte pick whip, we'll select this solid. And so now our video is cut out from where the door frame was. And that looks really good. With this trick, you're still gonna need to use the pen tool at some point. To make this more clear, I'm gonna add a red solid to the background. If we duplicate our original footage and on the bottom layer, we get rid of the track matte, we can select the solid on the top and go and check how good our mask is. So you'll see that when we first show up on the mask, it's not like perfectly on the side of the walls that we want. So we're gonna go to the point where the mask is like a lawless, like right here, and we're still selected on the track solid. We'll create mask path keyframe and like go forward in time. I'll make this pink. So then we'll grab our mask points and then just put them where we want it. And because these mask keyframes are assisted by a literal 3D track, you're only gonna need to do this a few times. And once we've made those like slight adjustment to our masking free keyframes, you have like a perfectly tracked hole in the wall. Let me get rid of this red solid, and bam, that looks incredible. And while we still needed to use keyframes here, this is like an 8-second shot. We only needed 14 masking keyframes to get this perfect mask. And so now the elephant in the room is the fact that this guy right here, the bed and the lamp, are now in front of this hole by the time that we reach the end of the scene. And so now obviously the next step is gonna be the bed frame that's currently missing. And so what we'll do is we'll find a track solid that feels like it's flat up against the bed frame there. We'll find a target that we like and create solid in camera. We'll lower the opacity of it and scale it down just to see, does this track well to that backboard there? So now we know what to do. We'll scale this track solid up, hit T to make it fully solid and make it invisible. And so now we'll take the pen tool and we'll create a mask where the headboard of this bed is. Bam. And now if we make our track solid visible again, we'll be able to see that our mask is pretty accurate to where the bed is. So now we can make the track solid invisible and we can work on our refinement. So we'll create a mask path keyframe from where we first created our mask. And over like a few seconds, we can just make the adjustments to our keyframes. Like right here, you'll see that it slipped off the side a little bit, but that is okay. This is way better than going frame by frame and fixing these pinpoint tools. And so now we can make this visible and we'll take our room comp and grab our track mat layer right here, and we'll pick whip it to the solid. So now we have this beautiful isolated headboard. And I will select a mask that's on this lampshade, and I'll create a solid. I'm gonna scale it down and set the opacity to like 50, and I'll rotate it to be more flat and facing the camera. And if we watch that back to see how well it's tracked on there, and see, this looks like a really good track. And so you can see what I've done is I've masked out the lampshade. If I turn the opacity on this track solid back to 100, you can see that it's like perfectly tracked onto this lampshade. This basically allowed me to only do like one keyframe every like 10 frames, and it's still perfectly tracked on there. And so if I grab the original footage and I track matte whip it to this lampshade, you can see that by default, it just cuts out the lampshade. We can set this off of an inverted mask, so now we just have the lampshade. And so if I solo the original layer that we've masked with the door, we now have like a great lampshade floating in the middle of it. And if we add that along with all the other masks, bam, we now have this entire scene right here perfectly masked out. We've used a track solid to mask out the door, a track solid to mask out the lamp, and the bed's headboard. And if we play that back, just look at this area, it looks flawless. Like imagine having to frame by frame mask out this lampshade. All of our masks are just on track solids. Like if we made these track solids visible, it would be pretty funny to look at. So with none of the track masks applied, this is what our footage looks like. That's pretty incredible. But all of these together turn into great masks. And so here's what I was doing with this specific track mask. I have the shot of me and my friend Artez running. I have the shot, and we run straight into this room where we're then jumping on the bed. Pretty cool, right? And if you liked this masking knowledge, you're also gonna love my sponsor, Squarespace. From online stores and marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is your best option for making a website. If you want an incredibly customized and personalized website, well, you're in luck, because with Squarespace's new design system, Squarespace Blueprint, you'll be able to select from professionally curated templates. So you'll be able to pick a design that is good for your vibe or brand. And with their optimized SEO tools, you'll be able to get discovered way faster and way easier. And let's say you're a business person and you've got products you want to sell. And with Squarespace's flexible payments, you'll be able to accept every form of currency, Apple Pay, credit cards, PayPal. You'll even be able to use pay later features. So your online store can sell your goods, and you'll be able to make it as convenient as possible for your customers. And lastly, if you don't want to rely on just the professionally designed templates that Squarespace offers, Squarespace's Fluid Engine lets you edit and customize from your launching off point. So you can use one of these templates as your starting point, and then from there, use all of the incredible editing tools that Squarespace offers for you to make every page look exactly how you like. And everybody, the best part is, I got you a discount code. So if you go to squarespace.com/WillCarmack, you'll be able to get 10% off your first website or domain. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Squarespace. I hope you all check them out. And don't forget, where there's a will, there's a way. My name is Will, and have a nice day.